and you are. We are Citizen Outbreak. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Citizen Outbreak. People, remember, subscribe, share it. We're on podcast, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe, buy the game, citizenoutbreak.com. Normally I do this at the end of the show. I'm doing it before the show. Matthew, how are you doing today?
See the hat?
You finally got the hat. I have like 20 of them now, maybe more.
I ordered this. I'm getting an echo. Do I have an echo where you are?
No.
Okay. You see this hat?
I see the hat.
I ordered it the day that we won, like 20 minutes after we won. And it just got here. You know, people don't see me wearing hats on here. I like Yupong, the ones we do our hats in and everything. This one, you know, is like a chef's hat on me.
When I see you, I need to break it up for you.
But it's like, but it's not just this. It's like up here. I have a big head.
I'll fix it for you.
Really? You know how to? Okay. Because I feel like but I love the hat.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it for you.
Official. It's New Era. That's the official one, right?
Yeah, New Era is a little weird, but
I like Yupong.
Yupong is better. There's a company called Otto that makes hats. Very good.
Yeah, Otto we use for the Citizen Outbreak hats, people.
Yes.
We still have limited edition hats.
Yeah, if anybody wants to purchase, DM us. We will sell you a hat.
Great sunglasses.
Sunglasses. We got a lot of merch.
Sorry, I didn't eat anything today. I was having some cherries.
I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. Matthew, I don't know what's worse.
By the way, everybody's got to stop. We noticed the hat. That T-shirt is fucking awesome.
Oh, the T-shirt? Well,
I love that.
This is the WrestleMania 1.
Official issue?
No. This is Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, in honor of the big man's birthday, which is today. Hulk Hogan's birthday is today. Tara Balea, may you rest in peace. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hulk.
Every day he's missed. No, this is not. This is the Hundreds make this shirt. The company called the 100.
Great shirt though. For everybody that can't see it, it's Hulk and it's Mr. T. Who's that in the middle? Like, oh, that's him in the red garb.
That's Mr.
Yeah, when because he wrestled in the red tights.
That's right. And I believe that's Roddy Piper.
I loved him.
He was great.
Great movie. They see, what is it? The one with the sunglasses.
Aliens. Yeah, I forgot the name of that movie.
They See, I think.
Is it They See?
Forget. Anyway, it's good to see you. It's good to be on the podcast.
It's good to be on the like I was saying before, Matthew. I don't know what's worse, going to the dentist or the proctologist. And I don't know if this happens to you, Matthew, but when you go to the dentist and you're there a little bit late, it's like the end of the world.
What do you mean in terms of now you're waiting like another 6 hours?
Now you got to wait another like 30 minutes, an hour, right?
You know, it's a crazy thing, yeah.
But if you get there early and they're running late, it's okay.
Well, it's like that Seinfeld thing when they cancel. There's this weird kind of contract, like they just get to see you whenever they want. The appointment time means nothing. If you're late, it just is like, well, they can reference that when they tell you like, well, you were late.
Yeah. But and another thing is it's like going to get your, so I had two things going on. One, my car was in the shop getting something done because there was a weird noise. And the guy calls me and he says, the thingamajiggy, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. How much is this going to cost me? And I'm like, do I have a choice? No, you don't have a choice. You got to do it, whatever it costs. Could be the amount of a new car. What are you going to do? You got to get it fixed. So then I'm in the dentist's office also today, and he starts muttering something. And meanwhile, I go like every 4-6 months for cleanings and stuff. And next thing I know, I'm getting whisked out the door, and the lady at the front is like, okay, can you come back tomorrow? I'm like, tomorrow? For what? He's got to
come back tomorrow for.
He's got to do a filling.
And you wouldn't do it today?
Well, number one, he didn't have time to do it today. And I'm like, well, I can't come back tomorrow. I'm busy. I was just here today. Do it one shot. And I have no idea what's it going to cost. I have no idea. But I made an appointment for in 2 weeks.
Well, you know, so I chose my dermatologist because he actually, if you have a 8 a.m., you're there at 8 a.m., 9. That's why I went to this guy. I probably should actually schedule. I haven't been to him in a long time. But why did I? But what he does, this guy, you go and let's see, you know, you're looking for stuff. He's like, I want to take that off, you know? And that whole thing is funny to me because it's really just like one person seeing something, like somebody else. It's a total opinion job. Okay, so let's take it off. No, I can't take it off now. Why can't you just do it now? Take it off. No. We got to schedule it. Because they want the other office fee, and it's they won't just take it off.
And you don't know if it's true or not.
You just that's
They
why the
show
guy's
you
in
a
business.
video. Same thing with the car. The car and the tooth was the same thing. The guy showed me a video of the car. I have no idea what's going on. The dentist showed me a video of my tooth. I still have no idea what's going on.
I never have cavities.
I don't know. I guess I have a potential cavity coming up. He said it looks like it's coming in. I better take care of this now.
Well, they stick the thing in there, and it either sticks or it doesn't.
Yeah, Matthew.
I love going to the dentist. I used to love going to the dentist. I would get the gas. My guy would give me gas for everything.
I don't get gas. They shoot.
It wouldn't be fun without gas.
No, they shoot me up now. All right, let's.
I'm done in the gas.
Speaking of gas, let's go into our first topic of the day. We're gonna, because this is a hot topic, I think we should roll into this. Number one, you love the NBA. I love the NBA. Although it's not the NBA of the 90s or the 80s.
Right.
We still watch.
Qualify that statement. I love my Knicks.
I love my Knicks.
Today's NBA doesn't really represent a lot of the things I love, but when the Knicks were winning, I'm a huge,
yeah.
I'm a 90s guy.
By the way, did you see who they're playing for the season opener during the ring ceremony?
No, I saw Christmas is the Spurs.
They're playing the opener against LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tickets already for the nosebleeds are over $2,200.
It's crazy what the Knicks being relevant does for the NBA. And it's so wild.
It has just poof exploded because now
it was the highest watched finals, I think, in like 30 years since Jordan.
Amazing. Yeah.
Speaking of the highest watch, we're going to go from the highest watch to the lowest watch. The WNBA, Matthew. Are you following what's going on in the WNBA? I don't watch the WNBA. I'm going to bet you can't name 4 players.
Caitlin Clark.
1.
That's it.
Okay. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham.
Is that the one that has the meme?
She's got the meme, and this is what we've been hearing about, all the controversy, and this is the topic for discussion today. Sophie Cunningham, a.k.a. the Enforcer. I could only name those 2 and that girl, Angela Reese. And the only reason
I don't think Angela Reese is still in the league, though. That's like an old... She was in the league. She's like old school.
No, she's still in the league. She's the one that was fighting last year with Caitlin Clark.
Are you sure? I thought Angela Reese was kind of like the one that like was also kind of cute.
No.
No?
No. Hold on. Now you're screwing me up. If that's the case,
I think Angela Reese. I don't know if she's got. No, there's one that like because there's a few of them. I think that like.
Yeah, she still plays. She's on. She plays for the Atlanta Dream.
How many teams are there in the WNBA?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm not watching the WNBA. I really don't care. The only reason we're talking about this is because of this fight. And quite frankly,
so what's the fight? Tell me the fight.
So the fight was. Where's my train of thought? Sophie Cunningham got into it with, I can't even say her name, Dejani Carrington. Okay, Dejani Carrington. If you saw the play, she like basically did a WWE move on her. She got ejected for this technical 2 foul. She got thrown out, and when she went back, the first thing that she tweeted in the back was white privilege. So now everybody's talking about it. Why is this white privilege? It was a technical 2. If it was against another girl of the same color, it'd be the same thing. It'd still be a technical 2. It was a hard foul. I saw it.
By the way, the WNBA is rougher than the NBA. It's a much rougher sport.
Well, they let them go at it. I mean,
right,
you saw what they did to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. So the controversy is the white privilege comment?
The white privilege comment, and also because everybody's been going after Sophie Cunningham. But I'm also going to throw in another topic in here, Matthew.
I thought you were talking about,
The WNBA now has another issue to deal with. The trans athlete issue. Okay? Is that what you thought I was going with?
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what
I was leading up to it. I was going to start with the Sophie
I didn't know if that was real or if that was fake.
The trans?
Yeah.
No, the trans is real. It's because they're talking about it. And also goes back to Sophie Cunningham because they asked her about it. And she, she basically said, look, women should be playing women. And now you got 2 former NBA players, Denise Freedom Cantor. What was that?
Got a cherry stuck in my throat. Sorry.
And
Royce White, wasn't it?
Royce White have declared themselves eligible for the draft, WNBA draft. That is.
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was like a meme thing or like if they were serious.
No, they're serious. They're serious. They're gonna, unless the WNBA meets with their players association and comes up with something and says, look, men can't play, but then these guys are coming out. Royce is wearing a wig. He's saying he fully comes out and says that he's transitioning, he's trans. Denise, I haven't heard anything about him saying anything yet, but these guys, they claim that they are trans and they want to play. So how does the WNBA crawl back and say, well, no, you can't play because you're not trans? Well, what makes you think that I'm not trans?
Has Bruce Jenner, what's his name?
Bruce Jenner.
No, Caitlyn Jenner. Has Caitlyn Jenner, has he weighed in?
Caitlyn Jenner, no, I have not. Hold on. The plot thickens.
Wouldn't they normally go right to Caitlyn to get his? I
would go to Caitlyn Jenner
to get his take. They're gonna shut him down. There's no way that Enes Kanter they'll send him back to Turkey before they let him really rile. They'll shut him up. But it's great what these guys are doing.
So now, Caitlyn Jenner has not made specific recent statements or involvement regarding the NBA regarding transgender players, but she is widely known for her outspoken opposition to transgender women competing in female sports categories.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's a lot of people are against it, but apparently the WNBA, they certain people, coaches, certain players, they're
Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is big time for it.
Steve Kerr is big time, but he's in the NBA. It's a different story. I don't see women playing in the NBA against those guys.
That's unfair.
So now they have a choice. They can come out and they could say, we're against it, we're not going to have it, or they could go the route of what the USTA women's did, and they did testing. So
what, like on like DNA, like the chromosomes?
Yeah, kind of like the test that they did on that boxer.
Right, I was just going to say the boxer.
Right. So if the WNBA go, which I don't think that they will, because there's a couple suspect players in the WNBA that could be.
I think they're going to try and just get these guys to back off.
This could be really. I mean, if you think about it, Matthew, we're talking about the WNBA. A lot of people are talking about the WNBA.
A lot of people are talking about the WNBA. Who's a lot of people that are talking about it?
I mean, the news.
Apart from this issue.
No, we're talking about this issue.
People are running around talking about the box scores.
No. Well, it's issue after issue. They're talking about the WNBA issues. They're not talking about the box scores. They're not talking about the great plays. They're talking about Caitlin Clark getting abused on the court.
White
privilege, Sophie Cunningham, and now this trans debate, and that's it. So the question is, what's the WNBA going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to start?
The truth is, it would be a great boost for ratings. They should let them play. If you think about it.
Would you watch?
You know what? If Royce put on a wig and jumped into the WNBA, I would probably tune in. That would be funny. They should let him play.
Dennis Rodman should come back if that's the case.
There you go.
He went through a period where he was wearing a.
They should let him play. The truth is, you're saying it's going to get ugly. That assumes that there's any regard for consistency or intellectual honesty. On a lot of these things, like the trans issue, you don't have to be consistent or honest about any of it. It's as it suits you. There's 27 genders until there's until there's something that, until, they don't ask for 27 genders when you go to the hospital.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Now they do.
When you're in trouble and you got something, I was there, but I mean, they're not fucking around with like 30,000 things when you're in the ER and it's trouble. It's a boy or a girl.
No. When we're in the hospital, we're looking. It says it gives you options now.
There's options in the bullshit part of it. Once it's calm, when they check in, it's boy or girl.
They're I don't know what you saw.
I mean, the ICU. They're not really they're not really caring about all this nonsense.
I went to the hospital. This was a couple years ago. I believe it was in 2022. I was going for a cardio scan, and the lady asked me, "Are you a man or a woman, or do you identify as something else?" And I looked at her, and I said, "What do I look like to you?" You know what she wrote? She wrote in the notes, "This patient is being difficult. I'm there for a heart scan. Nothing else."
Crazy world.
Nothing else.
I want Enos and Royce to follow through. I think they should let them play.
I'd watch the first game. Otherwise, I'm not watching it. What's the
I'm not
point?
gonna
I don't
tune in,
watch the
but
D League or the G League or whatever.
It's pretty funny to watch.
It would be funny to watch them play.
I
I
would
would
This could
rather.
be, by the way, this could be a marketing ploy for the WNBA if they were
Maybe
smart.
it is.
Maybe there's a good marketing.
Well, that's what I said. More people are talking about it. Maybe people will tune in. But here's the thing: wouldn't it make sense if you take who was that was offering? I think it was $1 million to the winner for a high school boys team against like the WNBA All Stars, like a regular boys high school team.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it? I don't. Would you? I would watch that.
Yeah, I mean, because you would expect the boys to win.
But it's a one-off.
So yeah, I'm not tuning in.
They're
Look,
not.
by the way, when what's her name? The Billie Jean thing. What people kind of forget about that whole thing is the guy that she played. What was his name? Get it?
I forgot. He did they did the documentary on him. Didn't he gamble on that?
Yeah, but I'll tell you about that. Wait, I want to get his name. Just Battle of the Sexes. Bobby Riggs. So
Bobby Riggs. That's
Bobby
right.
Riggs was like 60 when he played her. You know that? Like most people forget that. He was also like out of shape. He was a drunk. He was like, I mean, 55. He was a 55-year-old when she played him. I mean, and so she never really in a conversation like she didn't beat she beat a retired out of shape 55-year-old. And by the way, back then 55 is like today's 75. If you go back and you watch film of what a 55-year-old guy looked like.
Right, but didn't he also?
Jimmy Connors was 39 when he came back in the Open. Yeah, and by the way, he probably let her win. There's also things about that he might have let her win in that whole battle.
I thought he bet on it.
He did.
Against himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was something like that. What I'm saying is like, there's nobody. Serena doesn't doubt. She was on late night talk show, and she's like, "No, I'd lose." I mean, it's a different sport. She said she would get smoked by like a college, ranked player, singles men. Like it's just very different.
Right.
So that's why there are men and women's sports.
Well, it's never the women wanting to play in the men's sports. You notice that?
Yeah.
You never have a trans woman saying, "Okay, I want to compete against the men in wrestling." Or
no, I mean, because
boxing.
Well, you had, what was the name of the Jets lineman? Passed away. Mangold's sister was supposedly better than him, and he was great.
Well, no. Wait, hold on a second. You're talking about something completely different.
No.
She's a woman who wanted to play in the NFL.
Right.
We saw that. We saw women who were kickers that wanted to play in the NFL. We saw.
Well, no, but you just said women.
Talking about a trans.
Sorry.
Trans. Not a woman saying, "Hey, I'm a woman. I'd like to play in the NBA."
So you mean women that become men?
Women that become men.
Like the girl in Odyssey.
Yeah.
Did you see the Odyssey?
I have not seen it. It's too long. I'm going to wait until it comes out on.
How long is it?
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't see too much of that. I mean, it would be tough.
It would be tough.
This whole thing, it was total invention. The whole trans issue, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so irrational, Rudy. Like, so your kind of thing about where you let off when you're saying this is going to get ugly and how are they going to defend against this? What are they going to do? They're just going to figure something out, whether this is like, because they can't stay intellectually honest with it from start to finish, and that they don't. You know, it's whatever position is okay as long as it suits you.
Right, but okay. So how do they get out of it? They say we don't.
They just come up with something. They just say that these people are racist. They
One
say
of them can't be racist.
Well, now he can be.
And let me ask you this:
Yeah,
where are the feminists?
well, you got to understand something. This just when you award Women Athlete of the Year to Bruce Jenner, you're ending there is no more such thing as a woman.
But where are the feminists standing up and saying, "Hey"?
Well, what side do you think the so-called feminists, should take?
We need to protect our women's rights.
Which side are they taking in this?
The women's side. Don't let trans play in the NBA.
I thought, their position is that trans women are women. Martina Navratilova is like a racist.
You know,
because Martina Navratilova thinks that men shouldn't play in women's sports.
My head hurts. And this is why I drink.
You know, Rudy, can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Or if you're trans, stay out of the kitchen because you'll cook a shitty meal. On to our next topic.
Royce.
Flock cameras.
Flock me, flock you.
Flock you, flock me, flock everybody. What is the deal with these flocking cameras? Flock cameras.
Yeah. Scary shit.
Why don't you give us a rundown on what it is, Matthew?
So, flock cameras are vehicle fingerprinting, right? So, they're made by Flock Safety. They're automatic license plate readers, ALPRs, they're saying. Cameras widely used by law enforcement, neighborhood associations. Unlike traditional security cameras that record standard video footage, Flock cameras use machine learning to index and catalog details about passing vehicles. So basically, it's like tracking. And something happened where there was like a vehicle in Michigan, and some of these Flock cameras like spotted it doing something. And when he made it over to Ohio, he was a mule. He was trafficking drugs, and they were able to see that on Flock cameras. So a cop pulled him over based on intel gotten from the Flock cameras or something.
So they're tracking the license plate.
Well, I think that you're watching these things, and it's remembering what that car is, and it's learning, and so okay, there's that car, and now you know what I mean. So
it's following it up like a trail.
It can index catalog details about a passing detail. So
right.
about a passing car. So if you have a few of these things set up, like a network of these cameras, and you see that car is doing it keeps doing this same, what do you call it, path, right? Driving. It's still why is that thing doing that same route? You know, it doesn't just read license plates, and it's computer vision analyzes the make, model, color, unique identifiers, right? So they cross-reference with detected plates, with state national databases, hot lists. So basically, it's like if they spot a car theoretically, and that car is stolen, has warrant, if you have tickets, so you can see now.
I know that the police have those scanners on the cars, and they could scan all the license plates. So if you're driving by or they pull over a car, they scan the license plate, and it automatically runs everything through, and it pulls up already through the database. Everything about
there's difference. This is really, these cameras are specific. I mean, we have traffic cameras here, and we don't have Flock cameras yet in New York. So this is specific. The tech is specific. So we have, if you speed past it, they can snap the license plate, right?
Yeah.
But this is something different. This is it can monitor, and if you don't, the kicker is you can immediately think about the scenarios where it's helpful, right? You think about somebody doing something bad, we have to track somebody down. Okay, great. But you think about all in between, where it's like I'm just driving around, and meanwhile the state's collecting data on me in my car.
Right, where you're going.
Yeah, they don't have
route
right
you're
to.
taking.
Like, and why do they have right to that data? Like, why am I being monitored?
I mean, we're always being monitored.
Yes, I get it, but I'm saying this is another advance, in that web. And so I think they're bringing them to New York. So this is the next thing.
Great. Amazing. Now, does the flock camera only register cars or also people?
I mean, they have the software with the people, by the way. They have the software with the people.
I know. They have it in New York.
Yeah. I mean, like the type of stuff that they must have outside of Trump Tower. I mean, if you think about it, being able to register faces, face recognition.
I know.
Supposedly, flock cameras cannot identify people, run facial recognition. They strictly engineered as vehicle detection systems. But, it's
coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I mean, it's look, I think getting a ticket by a camera is unconstitutional.
I sold a car, and after I sold it, the dealer didn't take off the license plate, and I got 4 tickets. So the guy who was speeding in my car, which is, I got the pictures in the mail of my car after I sold it with the license plate.
Really?
Which is a whole nother thing. But yeah, I saw the flock cameras. I saw somewhere that a guy was going around ripping them off, like taking them down.
Well, no, they don't have flock cameras yet here.
No, not here. Somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was ripping them down.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's coming.
Coming.
I mean, look, you go to, by the way, like, we both just traveled. When you come back into the States now, like when you go somewhere, like you don't stop and talk to a customs agent anymore.
No, they zap your picture and they have your information. You walk right through. And the same thing happens with now with TSA. When you're going up to TSA, they take a picture.
Right. So I mean,
people come. You could opt out of it, but
it's interesting though.
They still get you.
It's also interesting though. I wonder how. Like, look, during COVID, okay, they told us that there was this network being built of the vaccines, and we had the cards and all that. There never was. Okay, there never was a network. You think about the Obama website, whenever they couldn't get it up. I mean, like, so who knows if they actually have the ability or if they're just faking the ability to, like, that they're keeping a data thing. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Fake it till you make it, right?
Right.
But who knows? Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. All right, let's, speaking of fake it till you make it, did you see this video come out today about President Donald Trump escaping out of the Air Force One out the back and through the catering truck and onto another plane?
Why did he do that?
So apparently when he was in Turkey the other month, there was a credible threat on his life from Iran. So I guess the threat was they were going to take down Air Force One. So he walked up like he normally walks up and he waves, and then the rest of the plane was all the media and the news and some other dignitaries or whoever was on the plane. And then they took him out the back through like an elevator thing down to the catering truck and out the catering truck and onto a different plane. And then Air Force One took off.
I don't like that look, man.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Suppose they did get a shot off where they took down the plane. He still had the media on the plane.
That's right.
It tells you how much he likes the media.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
He had the media on there. Who knows what else was on there? But the media was on there. So the fake news media was on the plane. If it were to go down,
he'd be around.
Fake news.
What do you think about that?
I mean, the guy.
So he was really on that truck when it was pulling away?
Yeah. He was on the truck. The guy, listen, it's for him to fly around and to go to other countries right now. It takes a set of balls because all eyes on him. And
I mean, to always be in that spot, you're always you're always exposed to that. It's a crazy reality, right?
It's crazy, but when you're going to a different country,
and you have to have trust in the system that's around you, it's pretty nuts.
You have to trust everyone around you to not put you in those situations. Luckily, apparently he has some trust because they got him out of Air Force One. But you're in Turkey. Who knows? Turkey's a shifty country. You don't know. Maybe somebody could take him out through Turkey. Maybe Turkey, gives a green light. I don't know. But it's kind of, listen, he's flying around. He goes to G7, G20. He goes to all these meetings everywhere. I think he's planning to go to China. Is he going to China soon?
Is he going back to China? Is he going back to China?
Isn't he supposed to go to China soon?
I don't know. Is he bringing everybody with him again?
Oh, no. He was in China, right?
They went. I don't know. He brought like everybody. Everybody made deals.
That's right. He was in China. No, he's not going back to China. Sorry, my fault. I made a mistake. He's not going to China.
Give me China.
But he's flying around. He needs to relax. Not relax, but stay home. Stay in the basement like Biden.
Look, I don't like the idea of him getting into a truck. Air Force One's supposed to be pretty advanced. Like how they
I think they were worried about a surface-to-air missile.
Meanwhile, the Qatari plane that he has now, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's much nicer looking than the old one.
It's nicer, much nicer.
That old
they're taking it apart right now, making sure that there's nothing in there. And then they're putting it back together with better technology. So they say. I think they're just taking it apart to make sure there's no bugs or anything. Who knows? The Qataris, they could be listening in on him, planning their next move.
Everybody's planning their next moves.
Everyone's planning a move, but you don't know what's going to happen. So I think that he should chill out and try not to fly around, at least while this whole Iran thing is going on.
What's the latest with Iran?
Well, he says Iran wants to make peace, but is too scared to come out and say it in public. So
and maybe they can have a private conversation.
They don't want to talk to him or anybody from the United States. Right now, they're talking to Oman. Supposedly, they're also talking with Qatar.
Is Hormuz open or closed?
If you listen to Trump, Hormuz is open. If you're listening to Iran, Hormuz is closed.
Is he going to hit him hard again?
He's going to hit him hard if they don't accept the peace deal.
But I thought you sent me that he's willing to walk away and have no nuclear deal.
And he's also willing to walk away.
So he said if they open up the Hormuz, he'll take no deal?
Matthew, you remember Batman?
Yeah.
The little green guy, the Riddler?
Yes.
This is what I feel like. Riddle me this, riddle me that.
It's so weird. I really disengaged from the Iran thing. And if you think, I don't know if this is like if I have my finger on, like my feeling on it is the same as anything out there. Like, I feel like like when I speak to Jews and when I speak to Persians, it's high on the list. Iran, right? And when I say like specific, like they care about it and they're focused on it and stuff. Outside of that, it doesn't feel like it's really intruding on anything. It doesn't break news anymore. At least
it does move the market because if there's a deal, oil comes down.
Yeah,
and then,
see, I look at it like it's been priced in. Like it's this, the moves are no longer like so violent. Like they're moving within a range where it's kind of like.
Well, oil's moving in like a 6-point range. It goes down to
right,
6 points, it goes
exactly.
Back, but if there is peace, it will go down significantly, and then that ties into other things, interest rates,
until they say there is no more peace.
Until there is no more peace. I personally think at this point you need to go balls to the wall and hit them hard.
Look, I said it when we first spoke about it. It was called Epic Fury. I said if it lives up to the name, I'm all for it. And that first night, it looked like wow, like the guy's about to. Take out the regime. This looks amazing. Regime didn't fall. Turns out, at least my read on it was that he was bluffing in the sense of really he was it looked like he thought that, the regime would fall. But I think what I was going to say is it's also people's attention span, right? Like, because people's attention span, we expect a war to be solved within, a week. Otherwise, it's like one way or the other. That's not a realistic expectation. So, but I also feel like right now it's just kind of like background noise.
Listen, I hope there's peace. I don't like the war, but at this point, you have to hit them up.
Look, what I'm saying is, look, I mean, like, but we can't just keep bombing the same rubble. So it's like, what are you going to do? And I'd like to get rid of these mullahs. They annoy me. The whole plot line annoys me.
It's annoying. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm over it.
All right, on to our next topic, Matthew.
What's the next one?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You know, of course, I'd slip a wrestling story in here, but it's not a wrestling story. Just because The Rock was at one time a wrestler, he's now a very famous actor and maybe a potential political candidate. But he's also getting into a kind of a new thing.
What's the new thing?
Matthew.
Tell me.
He wants to get into the country music scene. He wants to do some country music, singing.
Didn't he there was a time when he was using a guitar.
So, you know, if you watch Moana, he sings in Moana. I'm sorry.
He was doing a little bit I have not recently watched Moana, but I don't have 4 daughters.
I got kids, so we watched Moana. He sings in Moana. I believe he sang in that movie Get Shorty, or
right,
the sequel to Get Shorty.
No, he was not in the original to Get Shorty. Get Shorty was an amazing movie.
What's the sequel?
The second one was Be Cool.
Be Cool. Yeah, I love that movie. Be Cool. I think he sang in that as well.
Have you seen the original Get Shorty?
Yeah.
That's one of the great movies.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
My dog was named after Chili Palmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, you had a dog named Chili?
We knew this.
I had a dog named Chili.
Yeah, Chili. My dad we named it Chili after Chili Palmer.
Mine was not.
And his Wi-Fi password was Chili. He loved.
My Wi-Fi password is still Chili.
Well, now you got to change it.
Well, no, I have numbers and symbols. You can't crack it.
Chili Palmer, that movie. Look at Me, Ray.
It's a great movie.
Amazing movie.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
But back to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Sorry,
he sang a thing. I believe he sang in that movie a little bit.
He was in Be Cool. He was like, that was part of his shtick. He was a singer.
He was a gay
singer. And during that whole kind of phase, there were a few times he had a acoustic guitar. He would bring it onto stage. I think he brought it into the ring with him a couple of times.
Yeah, he sang in the ring.
He was showing some different looks back then, you know?
Right. And he doesn't have a bad voice. He has a decent voice.
He's a talented guy.
Who he is. He's very talented. So he comes out and he gave an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, and he says, "I'm exploring that now, and I appreciate you asking that. As you roll along in life, I've been real fortunate to be part of some really cool projects and love it. But music has always been such an anchor for me, and very specifically in genres that I love, like country music, traditional country music, and we're exploring that now."
It's awesome.
I never knew that The Rock likes country music.
I remember.
I was like a hip hop guy or R&B.
No, I remember, and I forget where it is, but I have the visual of him. I think it might have been.
It was in Be Cool. He was dressed like a gay cowboy.
Yeah, but he had an interview or something where because look, this whole phase of his where he was trying to show the Dwayne Johnson part of it, you know, and he brought out the guitar in a couple of interviews or something, and he sang with an acoustic guitar. I forget, if you look on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it. Look, he's a talented guy. And, you know, imagine the team that he has, and they're just sitting around being like, what else? You know? I mean, he's a huge business, The Rock. It's an amazing phenomenon. WWE is really amazing. If you think about it, you know, because it's this crazy thing that it's still going. It's still I don't know how popular versus it's still massively popular, right?
Massively.
Right. But it's also this funny thing, because when we were coming up, it was also they were playing against this, is it real, is it not? Right?
Right.
That went away. I didn't even know what kayfabing was until you told me what it was, which is crazy. Kayfabe, you want to explain kayfabing real quick?
So kayfabe is basically when someone's in kayfabe, they're in character, and when they're not, they're not.
No, kayfabe I thought was when you're acknowledging but you're even in recording, you're still acknowledging that you're playing a character.
Right, you're playing the character. pretending
which is
to be
crazy. Which is crazy if you grew up like with WWE the way I did, which is like it's real. Like that persona is just they don't break from it.
Right. So when they're a heel, meaning they're a bad guy, and they're traveling and they're walking through the airports and they're not liked, people are like, hey, fuck you, you know?
Right.
And they can't get out of it's who they are.
Right.
And even like if like on Twitter or X, like they're tweeting an X in kayfabe.
Well, because I asked you, and we're getting in the weeds, but it was because of Kurt Angle, not Kurt Angle. God, he just retired with Tap Out.
Brock Lesnar with John Cena.
So John Cena's character was like this guy like that's wearing like hip hop, but then he's showing up with like a pocket watch when he does in 3-piece suits when he does interviews and talking about coffee. But then he's so like he has dramatically different, like he's not in character at all when he's outside, right? And then he started.
But that also changed. You know, he went that hip hop persona kind of cooled off a little bit, and he was wearing the jorts, and you know he started wearing like stuff to sell, the shirts,
right? Right.
So it kind of died down, and he was more like John Cena, the company man.
But it's like
so that was understandable that he would wear that.
Okay, that's not a clean thing. But my point was, before I took us into the weeds, my point is it's amazing. The Rock, like obviously Hogan, these guys have made them into mega superstars outside of the well beyond box wrestling. It's amazing, and that it continues to be this farm. Like it continues to create these personalities.
Yes, and it still does. I mean, you have Batista. Who else?
There's tons of them, but it's like it's just funny because it's also this thing that people have. Like, there's also this very polarizing thing about wrestling, right? Like some people are like, "Oh, wrestling." Like, I think it's amazing all the way around. Like I like the real like WWE. I want them in character. I want the chairs smashing overhead. But like
wrestling is not fake. It's predetermined.
These guys are incredible athletes.
Yeah, a lot of listen, it's a show.
It's a show.
You're turning in to watch the show. It's part of the thing. And yeah, they're talented. They do a lot of stuff, and The Rock is insanely talented.
I was a Hogan guy, and that whole era I was massively into it. And then when I got older, when I was gone from it, and then Stone Cold came out, and the guy hooked me. Like I was wild about it.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
Stone Cold had some, things after wrestling, and he had a show, but
he couldn't really go beyond the character so much.
He couldn't go beyond the character. He is the character now. Talking about kayfabe, he's the character.
Right.
That's how he talks. Before he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was stunning Steve Austin.
Right, exactly.
He had the long hair. He had the robes with the glitter, and he was a different guy.
And I guess he couldn't make it because it never really. Then they found this,
and then he found his Stone Cold Steve.
I think you know a lot more about this. I don't know, so I'm not. Here's a question. I'll pose it as a question, and then we can move on to the next one. But I like talking about this. I would say I'm not talking about like best or biggest. I'm saying kind of like your steady rock throughout the whole thing. The Undertaker holds some pretty rare ground.
Mm-hmm.
I think like he's a cool guy that like has been there since the beginning, and he just seems like he's I think the Undertaker. I feel like he's been quiet lately. Where is the Undertaker?
No, the Undertaker has a podcast, his own podcast.
I like his podcast,
and he also is running the AAA wrestling for the WWE, which is the Mexican luchador wrestling down in Mexico. So he's running that for them. He's actually on TV a lot.
Okay, cool. I like him a lot. And I like Kane, who they have a podcast together sometimes.
Well, Kane is
the
mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, something like yeah. And he's awesome. Have you seen them? They have a great show.
Yeah, but they don't have a podcast together. The Undertaker has his own podcast. And he apparently does not like doing podcasts, and he will not be re-signing the deal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He looks like his neck hurts.
They all look like their neck hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
I like The Undertaker.
I like The Undertaker, too. And he's one that was shifting around characters a lot too. He was the Undertaker, then he was the badass Undertaker when he was riding around on the motorcycle to the Kid Rock.
Yeah, but I think that was kind of him having to adapt like to the realism because life became different. Like you couldn't just be like they went as far as they could with the pallbearer and with Kane.
Right, because there was back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the WWE had to transition from these characters like, you know, the Undertaker or the Avalanche or
Right, Avalanche.
You know, all these characters with made up names, and they had to be more realistic. So they changed, and
social media came out. You know,
social media came out, and you had to be real names. And I think actually WWE did that because over at WCW, their competition, they had people with real names: Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Ric Flair. You know,
they also started, and they started moving towards that kind of like
realistic.
Right.
They moved realistic, and then you had to get away from Doink the Clown and the Googly Gobbler, and and all these.
It's
people.
true though, and it's social media too, right? Like I was like, there'll never be another celebrity like Michael Jackson, right? Like it won't exist. Like Taylor Swift doesn't come close to what Michael Jackson was in the sense. She's obviously massive, like she's multi-billion-dollar industry, whatever. You didn't have access. Like you didn't see him. You saw Michael Jackson when he appeared, and it was a production. Like you didn't get to see him like on an Instagram post on like, paparazzi had to like print things, and we'd have to wait for like the 7:00 news or a special to see something on him. So
right.
That whole thing with WWE and the characters, like because they weren't like somebody wasn't just posting footage of the Undertaker like ordering pizza at the local spot. Like you know what I mean? Like if you saw him. You have to see him in person. So there was this distance between the crowd and the performers.
I'm going to tell you something now, completely off topic. I mean, it is on topic, but it's not on topic. So you remember we were talking about real American Freestyle? It was Hogan's. It was Real Wrestling that they had that RAF. They're doing a fight, a card in Moscow at the beginning of September.
Wait, that's wild. So
and you know who it is? It's Chemaev versus Woodley.
Wait, Woodley as in Tyrone Woodley?
Yeah. And Chemaev, what's his name? You know his first name. He's the guy. He's the UFC guy.
Hogan's
Kazmat Chimaev.
Kazmat Chimaev.
Yeah.
Kazmat Chimaev
versus Tyrone Woodley.
Why is that's Kazmat is like no joke though. He's still going. Why would he fight Woodley?
They're wrestling. This isn't a fight. This is wrestling, not fake wrestling, real wrestling.
Not fake.
Roman Greco. Sorry, this is Roman Greco Olympic style. Wrestling when you're grappling.
Right, but Woodley's older and like not like Kazmat's still like
he's 32.
I mean, he lost to what's his name, but he's still like prime.
Right, he's 32. Woodley's 44. But this is wrestling. This is not UFC fighting.
Yeah, but Kazmat's a wrestler. I mean, he's bad on the floor.
Right. So but my whole point is you have a great, big fight, and it's taking place in Moscow.
It's interesting.
They have a stacked card here.
That's wild, actually. It's TAF?
RAF.
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 So
Real American Freestyle.
Starts in Moscow.
And they've been actually, they did, I think the last fight was, I believe in Georgia, they did 11,000 people.
So this has been going on. This isn't the first.
This has been going on, yeah. This was Hulk Hogan started this with Eric
Bischoff.
Bischoff.
I remember you telling me. Yeah.
And another gentleman. And when, Hogan passed away before the first fight happened.
Is his son involved in it?
His son is involved. They have a stacked card here.
That's wild.
It's going to be interesting. I'd like to, hopefully they come, in Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, somewhere close to us where we can go.
Yeah, go watch it.
And watch it. They've been getting great press. And originally when the Hulkster told me about it, I was like, this is fucking genius. And when I asked who he's doing it with, and he said, I'm doing it with Eric Bischoff, I said, oh my God, this is going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Because Eric Bischoff is the guy who, he started.
Yeah, of course I know who Eric Bischoff is. What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't have any more topics. That was it, Matthew. We're at the 1 hour mark anyway.
That was all?
That was it.
We didn't talk about the zapper. Trump.
Oh, was that real?
Yeah.
That was fake.
What do you mean?
I thought that was like a fake thing. The zapper.
She's being. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that the White House is acknowledging her as a zapper, but people. It was more of a question. So I'll clear it up for the audience.
Roll into it because I'm confused as to who this woman is.
There is footage of Trump at the desk, and he gets sleepy sometimes, like if it's something like he's not paying attention. And in this footage with the zapper, who's by the way like an attractive girl, she stands behind him, and he's really like this, and then she'll like touch and they the way that the video looks like she touches something or does something like on her belt and he wakes up and it's like it's fun, like the video is funny, so it started getting viral. Trump's a zapper.
Yeah,
that he's got this person that's her job is, I guess she's got a zapper to wake him up. So it was more of a question. I didn't know if it was real.
I thought it was fake.
Well, I don't know if like she's really zapping him, but I thought it was funny. The zapper.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, that's it. That's a wrap.
Okay.
Thank you very much for tuning in today. We hope you liked it. Matthew, thank you for tuning in.
Wojcik?
It doesn't matter what you say.
That was good.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, follow us, like us, comment, share us. Good night.
Good night.